Folks, welcome back to the show. It's The Cut. I'm Craig Shelton. I swear to you, it's The Cut. Just look right there. You can see. It's The Cut. Angelo Lawford from HMW in studio. You see Angelo Lawford right here on UTN with the Soccer Report. And also Richard Walker joins us again for this segment. He completely screwed up the first segment, just talking crazy. I don't know what the hell he's talking about with this invisible woman over there.
This is Mrs. Taylor, man. Show some respect,
Be
please.
good to the girl,
Okay.
man. Look, guys, an interesting week. Folks, want to invite you to follow me on Twitter at Craig Shelton HMW, on Facebook at Craig HMW Shelton. You can participate on the show by commenting on the questions that we post on Twitter and Facebook, and you'll hear them right here on the show. You'll see your comments, folks. Guys, look, like I said earlier, interesting week. Manti Te'o dominated it. But for a minute there, Lance Armstrong, he's about to win another race. He was about to win the media race this week if it wasn't for Manti Te'o and that ridiculous story. But after over a decade of lying, and let's face it, he lied. He came out clean and admitted it about using illegal drugs. This guy won 7 championships in a row, something you just don't do in cycling. He goes on this interview, does his thing with Oprah Thursday in Austin, Texas, and he comes clean. My deal with it, I'm not here to kill a guy. We're all sports fans, but to a man, all of us will swear we don't care about cycling. Yeah. I mean, that's the first sport that we'll say we don't care about. Yeah. We'll give boxing love over cycling. Golf gets love over cycling. But yet everybody has an opinion, because that's what we like to do. What is America great at? Fighting wars?
Oh, yeah.
We're pretty good at that.
We're pretty good.
Pretty good at making money. We're pretty good at building people up and tearing them down. And then to make ourselves feel good, we like to bring them back up. Yep. It's really not about you, sir, who I just broke down. It's about me feeling good about myself. So I'm not going to go out and kill this guy. But I do believe that this guy has an agenda. And it may be a noble agenda. It may be, you know what, I've lied to friends, I've hurt people. I want to give something back. I want my key. I want to clean up my legacy because I got kids. And maybe it's a noble deal like that. Maybe he found God like they do in the penitentiary. You know? I don't know what his deal is, but what I'm not going to do is kill a guy. But I want to read something to you out of USA Today, Richard. Okay. After a year of attacking those who accused him of doping, Armstrong now must strike a delicate balance between competing goals, honesty, and self-protection. For Lance Armstrong, in your opinion, is this more about total honesty versus self-protection? Because I don't believe there's any room left for total honesty with this guy.
Yeah, and I think obviously it's more about self-protection, because along with self-protection becomes his ability to, if that's what he wants to do, be that spokesperson for whatever noble cause it is that he's going for. Obviously, there's some financial incentive to that. We clean up your reputation from a public relations perspective. But in opposite of basically what everyone else is saying, I actually applaud the guy, because he did come forward on his own. He had no reason to, other than the obvious, try to clean up his reputation. But he could have just kept quiet and just kept this thing under the rug, and nothing else would have been said about it. It's not like he's still competitive. It's not like he's still involved in the tour. And let's face it, Lance is not just an athlete. He's a superstar. He's the reason why if it wasn't for Lance Armstrong, people like you and I would never say the words Tour de France.
Oh, no, he's transcended.
Yeah, we didn't give a damn about Tour de France until Lance Armstrong.
We just know Lance. We don't know his rival. We don't know the second.
For a couple of years, I didn't even know it was Tour de France. I thought it was Tour de Lance. So, who cares? But to my point, and this is actually something that I made reference to in my article. What about the fact that the sports that he's involved in, just like the baseball players, they had to know something.
Oh, man, he had
where there's smoke, there's fire.
He had to be protected by the highest governing body in the sport.
And if you recall something else, it wasn't actually the Tour de France officials that caught him. It was the anti-doping agency that caught him. Same with baseball, with the Mitchell report coming out. Somebody snitched, from an external source and broke up their wonderful little Ponzi, pyramid scheme. So they didn't care about him doing dope. I think that, what he did, it definitely helped a lot of people. He was an inspirational factor, even though it was a lie. It was a good lie. And, to
So
crucify
you buy
him.
into the Robin Hood factor.
Well, I mean, to some degree, yeah. I mean, sometimes as Denzel said in Training Day, sometimes in order to catch a wolf, you have to be a wolf yourself.
Let me
I'm good with that.
let me move on with it to Angelo. Angelo, and to both you guys and to you folks at home, the question that we put out on Facebook and Twitter in this regard was Lance Armstrong. Here's the question: why in a white male-dominated media, and it clearly is, why was potentially the biggest story in 2013 lost to a black woman? Because a story this huge went to Oprah, who's not even a sports correspondent. She doesn't do sports. No, she's not exclusive to any particular genre. I mean, she normally lends herself to topics and formats that will be more attractive to the female audience. But I mean, you would think that, Costas, Nance, somebody, anybody, you go to Oprah. Interesting there, and we'll let you folks know a little bit later what was said there. But Angela, let me share a comment with you from Twitter from Yaninka Aldi. She said Oprah is a terrible interviewer on these things. She throws softballs like 60 Minutes is the MLB. I don't know what that part of her statement means. It was all planned to give him the softest and weakest interviewer who will still be a highly heralded individual. Oprah's interview with Marion Jones years ago was a joke. Do you believe that in the theory that, I believe he has some business relationship with Oprah's network, that this is no accident that Oprah got this interview? Or do you believe that Oprah was just the best person for the job? And I don't know what the job is. We really don't know what his intentions are.
Yeah, I don't know what his agenda is. I think she's the best candidate only because he transcended sports. So you're no longer talking about a sports figure. You're talking about a humanitarian, somebody that's just... Bob Costas wouldn't do it. Because
Really?
Bob Costas or Rio Sports, they're not going to reach the audience that I think Lance Armstrong accumulated along the way with the Live Strong effort and everything.
So if the most revered broadcast personality at, say, ESPN was to do this, and ABC was to get together and do a mass taping for ESPN, and then to do some subsequent airing on ABC networks, you still just think Oprah, just the old factor, is just larger than life with this situation?
Well, maybe not Oprah per se, but definitely not a sports media figure because
Really?
because it's not about sports at this point. Cycling's done.
So who outside
done.
of sports cares about Lance Armstrong using steroids?
All the people that feel a little bit embarrassed by being duped, maybe.
But those are who got duped? The media.
Well,
Yeah, the media's don't. I mean,
but
the society didn't really get duped because we desensitized to steroid use by now.
But it's not about steroid use because the people that with the Live Strong effort,
Because
with
of
the
Live Strong.
with the Live Strong campaign, I mean, you just can't look at it from a sports perspective. It's bigger than that. It's broader than that. And I think what Oprah does, what she has as a benefit, is that she humanizes people. But I don't know if it really was in his best interest after the interview played out. But I think going into it, the intention might have been that this is going to be the person that makes me look the best. No, but not because about it being sports or otherwise. I just think that this was the best person suited for what potentially could have been his agenda, which I still have to, which I don't get.
Okay. Hey, I think the O wins. You just can't defeat Oprah. Angelo, appreciate that. Richard Walker, appreciate it. Good comments, guys, on this segment. Well, we went to Facebook with it. We went to Twitter with it. We'll go now to our social media correspondent, Alicia Stewart, and find out what the folks had to say.